Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of the new subscribers, for all of you who leave a comment and who engage with me on this platform. I really appreciate your participation and your support of this channel, and I hope that it continues to bless you. I want to talk today about how, no, they didn't sleep on you, they just became very drowsy. And here's what I mean by that. I know a lot of you may have come from backgrounds or situations where you always felt kind of like the underdog, the black sheep, like the one that was never chosen, in a sense. Like, you always had the qualities, the God-given qualities that you possess, but they were never cultivated in the way that they could have been until now, because you really didn't have anyone pushing you. You didn't have anyone applauding you and cheering for you, or even telling you that you could. So, once you started to figure out your own calling, you started to figure out your own gifts, and God revealed those things to you, and you stepped out on the scene and shocked everyone. Like, where did this come from? What is this? It may have taken you a little bit longer than it would have taken the average person or some people, because sometimes, people have support systems that are able to help them see who they are, who see a vision for them, who see something in them perhaps that they can't see. Oftentimes we have things about ourselves that we do see, but we're afraid to step out on it in faith because we haven't heard anyone tell us that we could do it. We feel like it's a possibility that we can do it, or that we have the potential, but we don't have the structure oftentimes, and we don't have the support. And oftentimes that stifles us. That kind of makes us restrained because we feel like we need the approval and affirmation of people. And I especially see that coming from youth, people who are growing up, and they don't really have a dream. They don't see anything for themselves one way or the other, because they've never been affirmed. They've never been encouraged to do anything like go to school, or that they can, do well in sports, or do well in um, the medical field, whatever the parent or the people in their community environment see for them. Sometimes it's not vocalized, and then that leaves children up to and including in adulthood with the inability to see what they have in themselves. But thank God that through his word and through his knowing and through seeking his space, that he's revealed that to us. He's revealed to us things that no one probably could have ever seen. Either they seen it and they didn't want to really help us grow in that area, or they couldn't really articulate what it was. So it's nobody's fault necessarily, unless the case is, they just did not want you to be more than what they were. So they try to withhold and constrain you, and try to put you in a certain position, and don't even give you any encouragement, which I feel is very, very sad, actually. But for those who just don't know, and I go back to childhood a lot of times, because that's where it's rooted in. A lot of times because we don't know who we are as children. No one has affirmed us. No one has told us that we can do it. No one has told us that we're beautiful. Nobody has told us that we're smart. Nobody had any expectations of us, so we didn't have any of ourselves. And then when we get out there in the real world, we discover that, hey, there's something missing. And that's because we did not develop in early stages of life a sense of self. So now that we're to a place where we have our own, we've had to create our own reality. And hopefully, with most of us, it's through the knowledge of God, and he's shown us who we are. Then we're stepping out into fields that people don't feel like we belong in. They didn't see that for us. Well, who are they to tell you what you are and what you should be? They didn't see it for you. They couldn't tell you either. So no one has any right to question where you've come now and what you're doing. At least you're doing something, right? At least you're breaking the cycle, right? So I advise and I encourage you to continue on in it. Continue on in it. And more cases than not, you're going to succeed. And if for some reason you have deviated from the path that you were meant to be on, God will put you on the right path. But again, at least you're putting forth some effort, for some work. And, you know, you just continue to trust in him and to seek his face and to acknowledge him in all your ways, and he'll direct your paths. And, you know, keep on shining. They didn't sleep on you. They just got drowsy. Have a good day, you all.